Have you ever taken the time to intentionally, seriously imagine your future self? Not in a vague, someday kind of way, but in a real, detailed, honest way. Today we're going to connect the dots between your dreams, your values, your passions, your strengths, and all these compass points that we've been talking about over the last 18, 19 days so far. And we're going to bring it all together into a clear, concise mission statement. Today we're going to connect the dots between the person you want to become and the person you are today. Welcome to the Good Life Lab. I'm Dr. Dave, and we are on day 18 of the series From Languishing in Loss to a Good Gay Life. And day 18 is the last S in the compass, and it stands for Symphony of Self-Care and Service. Hopefully, if you followed along, you've completed the 4 sets of questions related to the exercise that I've called the remarkable Memento Mori 10-year Good Life Quest, which is basically imagining your life over the next decade. Your ideal future, your vocation and calling, your relationships, and well-being. Today we're going to synthesize all those responses that you've given over the last couple of weeks into a future summary, a statement of what you want the future to look like. So today we put those pieces together. And you could say this is where the fragments of responses become more like a symphony, where your future self begins to take shape. Because the truth is, a good life doesn't just appear or fall from the sky. It's crafted, it's cultivated, it's composed, just like music. So I'm going to walk you through a couple cornerstone quotes for me in my life and how they've contributed to me developing this compass approach and this balance of this last S, the self-care and service. So I've mentioned quite a bit this quote from Howard Thurman that has been a big coordinating point for me. And it's, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and go do that, because what the world needs are people who have come alive. So that's helped me reframe kind of what I'm looking for in life as a starting point of what am I passionate about? What makes me come alive? What lights me up? That's the starting point for me. But it can't end there. Another quote I came across, I think around the same time, and I wrestled with, how do I start with, I think coming from more of a Christian background, I thought service was first. Like you need to think about serving and then think about how your passions align with that service. So I've flipped it around with starting with what makes you come alive first. And then, but there's also this second piece of what are the needs of the world around you. And the quote that helps me put that into perspective is from Frederick Buechner. And he says, the place God calls you to is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. So it does kind of talk about your deep gladness, those things that make you come alive. That's important. But to really identify and find that purpose in life, it really comes from not just thinking about what makes you come alive, what your deep gladness is, but then what is the world's deepest hunger, and how do those two things come together? So that's where this symphony of self-care and service comes from.